Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1Mby1M, as you know, is the first and only global virtual accelerator in the world. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. In support of that mission, we do these free mentoring roundtables week after week after week. And this is the 550th roundtable. Recordings are all available on our YouTube channel, 1M1M Roundtables. On Twitter, we're at 1Mby1M and at Romana. Hashtag for live tweeting is 1M1M. We have the DataStax 1M1M Startup Challenge running still, and this is for developers on Cassandra, DataStax Enterprise, and AstraDB, people who are developing products on these platforms. You will get a one-year scholarship to the 1M1M Premium Program as part of this challenge. The deadline is coming up next Thursday, October 28th, midnight is the deadline, midnight Pacific time, I guess. Winners will be announced on November 11th on Thursday. These are the call-in instructions. I will put them up a little bit later. We are starting today's session with actually Rochelle Porter, who has just joined the premium program, I believe, yesterday. So I'm looking forward to getting to know you. Remember one thing, we are on your side. This is a safe working session. There is no other agenda other than helping you put one foot before the other and make progress and accelerate your entrepreneurial journey. So you can disagree with me, that's your prerogative. Rochelle, let's get started.
Hello, Romana, and thank you so much for having me on today.
You're most welcome.
Yes, this is my first time to do this, so I'm excited. I just want to share a little bit about what we're doing here at Zil Money Corporation.
Okay.
I tried to personalize it according to your directions. I do try to follow directions as best as I can. We're a B2B payment system with all-in-one platform with FDIC insured banking partners. All of our sites, we have 3 main sites, but everything is under Zil Money Corporation. Online Provider is our main platform. We all subscribe to the social medias, links, and we actually could probably do more in that area and plan to. But we do have all of them active and going.
Okay.
Slide. We're founded by Sabir Nelly, who realized in his first startup company the need for an all-in-one platform where you could do everything instead of switching back and forth to all these different companies and paying fees. He was bleeding about $500,000 a year in transaction fees. So he built this all-in-one platform, realizing that there's at least 32 million businesses out there that could profit from, or realize a bottom line profit much better if they weren't bleeding so many transaction fees, opportunity costs for paper checks, and ACH transfers, which we offer for free. Next slide.
Okay.
Next slide. So we created this, and it has taken a little bit of time, but in 2019, I was not with them until this year, but in 2019, he started with several different options on one platform, and we have since then grown it into even a situation where now we can offer virtual cards with online banking. You can either integrate your bank or you can choose to select a bank through us. Actually, we have a cloud banking program now. So now that there's so many different ways on one platform, you can send and trace your payments. For instance, if somebody comes in and they say, well, I didn't get paid by you, and you go back even, a couple of years and say, I paid you on this day at this time, this IP address. So there's, it's a very fully traceable system which integrates most all accounting programs and 22,000 banks.
I see.
Okay, next slide.
So you're basically creating some sort of a marketplace for small businesses to bank with this 22,000 banks.
Yes, ma'am. It is like a marketplace, but it's really a platform where you actually can go into our platform, and once you sign in, you have all of these options at your disposal. If you have multiple companies, multiple bank accounts, you can actually organize it all in that one area, on that one
And
platform.
what is the most used functionality of all these things? What are most of your customers using your platform for?
Well, believe it or not, there's still businesses, they still like to use checks. Even
Mm-hmm.
though we have digital checks,
Yeah.
but they still like to do the old, send that check out, kind of thing. So they compose and write the checks. They can design the checks however they want to, with their logo, artwork, background, everything, and create the checks that way and send those checks out to their, for their payroll, for their vendors, things like that. And
So
so,
digital check is the primary functionality that the bulk of your customers are using for sure, and then there's all these other options, and some percentage of the customers are using other functionality from this portfolio.
yes, ma'am, they use it for digital checking. A lot of them will use it for just printing checks, believe it or not. They still want to just print the checks, send them
I
out,
see.
or have us send them out, because it allows them to have that lead time, to keep the cash flow. So, although they can actually send a check by, a PDF link to an email, I mean, and it's still
Mhm.
fully traceable. They typically want to use it to print their checks, same as
Okay.
they always have. We haven't completely changed yet. Okay, so here's our go-to-market strategy. We have all of these things in one platform. However, we really need to drill down. We're getting, an average of 600 signups a day. So we have over 280,000 actually now customers, having had 600 sign up yesterday. So, we have a lot of customer acquisition going on,
Mhm.
but our model has been customer acquisition and freemium style, which is not, we need to monetize like really soon. And so going to market, we need to actually, produce a real marketing campaign versus just the SEO that we've been using, because all of our traffic has been coming through organic growth and
That's wonderful, though.
direct referrals. I mean, people who are in beneficiaries of our system, somebody sends them a check and they see our system and they sign up. So
So these
we do.
200, just one second, Rochelle, question.
Mhm.
280,000 customers are paying customers, or 280,000 users, and a percentage of those are paying customers?
Yes, just a percentage, or yeah, there
What percentage?
it's about 10%. We're
10%
yes.
premium conversion is very good number, very high number.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yes, ma'am, we have some work to do into drilling down into that large number of people that are in our system and
Mm-hmm.
monetizing that. We that's what our next phase is to really drill down
Yeah.
into what we have on our platform that's not being and I say 10%, I may be being a little bit generous there. But
Okay.
we have uh, again. Let's go to the next slide, please.
Mhm.
These are the
There we
type
go.
of customers we have. Okay, so out of those 280,000, we have a 1 million plus end users. That means they're the beneficiaries. Like for instance, those processed transactions are going out to at least over 1 million people. Okay, so we've processed over 18 billion in the last few years, and that number continues to grow daily. Um, some of the kind of customers we have 7-Eleven, but we have franchisees. So we could go into,
Mhm.
that's another opportunity that we've got to really expound on is getting the executives out there that can go into these places and start building relationships and bringing in corporate 7-Eleven, corporate Coca-Cola. We have many counties and entities like that, but we haven't really had the opportunity to build more on those relationships, which we need time and people to do that. But we went from $250,000 in 2019, 4 million in 2020, and now we are on very much on target to hit at least 18 million to 20 million gross revenue this year.
All right.
Okay. Here's our
Yeah.
cost per customer. Because we are such a freemium system right now that we have a small amount of subscriptions and a lot of our money's made on the float. Basically, that is a token system. Our revenues per month are really great and our costs are really low. So as we build on building our subscriptions and actually monetizing the customers that we have or the people that are in our database, then we can probably, those costs will go up a little bit. Next slide.
All right. And the MRR that doesn't reflect the 20 million revenue, right?
What that is that is basically because we have such a large amount of our revenues are derived from the token system we have, which would take another altogether presentation to describe. The token system that we have is, for instance, if you've got a business owner who needs $1,200 to pay a bill and he only has 1,000 in his wallet, we do the 1,200 and charge him so that basically he has a 6-month period to get that back. And if he doesn't, then we reclaim that. So basically the token system is $1 per dollar $1 per token. So it's 1-to-1.
Okay, so I need to understand that. But this 20 million revenue that you're showing is not. It has some sort of something else going on in there, is what you're telling me.
Correct. There's subscriptions plus tokens, and tokens are
How much is the subscription business?
The subscription business is probably, I'd say about it's about almost 2 million of it.
The 2 million of the 4 million last year, let's go back to your revenue numbers here. So of the 4 million last year, 2 million is token, and of the 20 million this year, 10 million is token? Is that what 10 million is subscription? What are you saying?
No, ma'am, I'm sorry. No, this year would probably be about that. Last year, I'm not sure. I honestly, I would say it's like a very small percentage of our business.
I see. So there's something going on with tokens that I need to understand at much deeper level, because otherwise this, 20 million, I don't know, what does that mean? What is the 20 million?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Okay.
Here's what differentiates us as far as our platform goes against the competitive landscape. And that is we do offer all of these different things in one platform versus concentrating on specifics in, ACH or vendor management or bill pay or those sort of things. We actually have all of them in one platform with no transaction fees.
Okay.
Next slide. Basically, the summary of this is that we have a proven founder who's already built a successful company, and the opportunity here was basically that he built this out of the need that was already there and having run a business and seeing that out here in the landscape of people with small businesses and how they were experiencing the same thing, which proves up with the attraction that we have of how many people sign up every day. It's obvious that we have something that everybody wants, or most people want, let's put it that way, in small business.
So why, the first thing I need to understand is this token thing, because it's one thing to say that you have, gone from 0.25 million to 4 million to 20 million in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a subscription revenue, but you're now saying that that's something else. Only a very small percentage of that is actually subscription revenue. So what's missing from this is business model. What is your business model? This pitch doesn't address business model.
Yes, ma'am. I can actually send you our complete pitch deck that is a
No,
lot
you
more.
don't need to send me. The way 1 million by 1 million works is that you're going to have to come and work with me in the roundtable. So we have another roundtable next Wednesday, which is a private roundtable. You should bring me a full discussion on the business model so that I understand your business better, and then I can figure out how to pitch this and what would be the right financing strategy and all of that. But I need to understand the business first.
Understood. Okay. I
And
will
how
be at
many
Money
people
2020.
currently in the company?
I'm sorry.
How many people do you have currently in the company?
We have well, we've got 55. Many are in India in our back office. We have software engineers, coders, customer service,
Is your
SEO.
founder from India?
Yes, Kerala.
Kerala, okay. And so is the India operation in Kerala?
Yes, ma'am.
And where are you guys based?
We're in Tyler, Texas.
In Tyler, Texas. Okay. All right. Fine. So I think the next missing piece, all this is very manageable. If you can bring me a comprehensive discussion of the business model, let me explain to you what are the things that I would be looking for in that. I would be looking for how you are making money. You know, subscription is one piece of the equation. Whatever other pieces of making money, monetization of this user base is happening, I would need to understand that.
Right.
I would need to understand also, let's go back to your product portfolio here. So of these different product functionality and use cases, let's call them, where is the bulk of the revenue coming from?
Okay.
So break down what are your top revenue generators, and in what business model is that revenue coming in? Is it subscription? Is it some sort of a transaction token? Whatever it is, I need to understand this picture.
Okay.
And who else is in the company besides the founder, who's from India and Kerala, who's based in Tyler, Texas, yourself, VP of BizDev, based in Tyler, Texas. Who else is in the company? How many people in Tyler, Texas?
Okay, there is 5 of us in Tyler, Texas.
And what are the other 3 people's roles?
Okay. There is, we've got a guy named, we call him Engie for short for engineer. He's our software engineer lead. And then we have 2 customer service people.
Okay. So, you know, part of the fundraising process is pitching a credible team. So clearly your founder has experience. We have to explain that experience better. So in more, you know, concrete terms, your experience, and since you built a product that is already in the market and generating revenues, someone on that team needs to be positioned as the head of engineering or head of product. Who is that person? What is that person's background? Who is doing, you obviously you're doing tremendous marketing because you're getting all these leads and so forth. So who is the head of marketing? What is the background of that person, etc. So we need to show at least a, you know, a little bit of an executive team. That's one slide that you should start putting together and fleshing out.
We actually do have that in the other full deck.
Okay, fine. Let's go over that also. When you come back on Wednesday, let's go over business model. Let's go over whatever is your marketing strategy currently, because you are generating a huge number of leads. You're generating 600 leads a day. So what is the marketing strategy? How is that happening? And you've provided great numbers. So the numbers are interesting, very interesting. So let's work on those things next time on Wednesday.
Okay, I have a conflict because we will be at Money 2020 here next Wednesday.
Okay. Then you can come back the following Wednesday, whatever works is fine.
Okay, thank you so much.
So just work with Maureen and schedule what works for you. And but those are the things that I need to understand better to advise you and actually send you to investors. I will send you to investors, but let's prepare a pitch and a pitch deck and everything. And I would like to meet Sabir as well in one of these private roundtables. But I'm happy to work with you to get the material together, and then you and Sabir can come back one day and we can go over all that, because ultimately I will be introducing Sabir to investors.
Absolutely. Is it all right if I send the full pitch deck to you?
You can send it, sure, you can send it.
Okay.
But it always
Great.
is, I will look at it, but I would need to dialogue to,
Sure.
make progress, basically.
Sure.
Sure, you can send it to me, absolutely, please do.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome. Very, very interesting company. And I love the fact that you're in Tyler, Texas, and Kerala. That's a combination I've never seen before.
Yes, it is. Thank you so
Very
much.
cool. Very cool. All right, great. Okay, folks, that is the only scheduled pitch we have today. So I know there are other people in the room. If you'd like to talk to me, if you'd like to ask questions, if you'd like to dialogue, you're most welcome to do that. We have plenty of time. Just let us know in public chat that you would like to talk. Let me just explain to you how to use 1 million by 1 million quickly. Everything is at 1Mby1M.com. I mean, you can just join the program right there. You can join basic, you can join premium right on the site. There's a lot of free stuff as well. There's a blog. There's the book series, 1M book series, which is very affordably priced and available on Amazon. These roundtables happen every week. This is the 550th roundtable. Actually, over 200,000 people have attended. The premium program is where we do the deep work on companies. So Rochelle is a premium member as of yesterday. We offer you extensive methodology guidance. We have a terrific curriculum that we are using for over 10 years now to train entrepreneurs. And we help you with business development, we help you with fundraising, etc. And we do extensive coaching work. You can look at the self-assessment on the website. These are the due diligence questions that investors would ask you, so you should try to answer these questions. Our philosophy is bootstrap first, raise money later. So the bootstrapping course, it's free bootstrapping course that's on our blog, is one that we recommend you go through. It's less than 1 hour, but it'll give you a very comprehensive philosophy discussion. We also have released about 28 Udemy courses based on the 1M by 1M methodology. This is work that is going to continue. We are trying to further democratize the 1M by 1M methodology through curriculum, and Udemy is a platform that we're using to distribute further. So you can look at all the Udemy courses and get access to methodology through that channel as well. Or you can join 1M by 1M Basic and get the whole curriculum at once through that. That's a curriculum-only option. So go dig around on the website and see what works for you, what to expect from premium, basic, FAQs, video FAQs, and see what works. The curriculum is described in a lot of detail. We work with case studies. Our network is superb. We have tremendous case studies. Lots of very successful people are teaching this program through their own journeys and case studies, and that's what the whole methodology is built on top of. The investor introduction policy is on the website. You should take a look. Our philosophy is don't go to investors as beggars, go as kings. And the methodology is lean, capital efficient, bootstrap startups. That's it. We have roundtables on October 28th and then 3 more in November, all the way till Thanksgiving. And now we're open for Q&A. If any of you have questions, please feel free to ask. And if you have questions about the program after this show, this session, you can ask Irina at 1Mby1M.com. Questions, folks? Abhinash Saikia has just sold his company to Quantum Corporation. We just announced it last week. Actually, this week we announced it. Okay. Anybody? Questions? Yes, no? All right, Rochelle, you can come any Wednesday or Thursday and work with Maureen to get yourself scheduled, and we'll work on the rest of your investor pitch.
That sounds
I'll
great.
understand the
Thank you
business
so
better
much.
and help you pitch that better and then introduce you to investors.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks, take care. I will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.